Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle D. I am a reader with a certificate and also comparing the results with the human design, with the astrology and the numerology in a complete analysis or in combination, and this is super interesting. Then we just have also a fundament with data, and it's just to watch these videos also if you're interested in the card readings or how the energies are combining here together. Very fascinating. And here we go again with a reading for a client. So welcome, my dear client. So this is your second purchase. For the first purchase was on love. You had some questions about somebody, and it's the first reading you purchased. So thank you a lot for your purchase. And so this is now the further reading for your job situation. So you want me to ask here deeper into your situation and which steps to do, right? And also in combination with the human design. So this is a personal reading for my client, but this is a video, a public video, so everybody can watch it. But I never gonna speak about personal data of my client, so I will not even tell her first name, for example. Every kind of data like birth date and birth time and birthplace is something that I do an extra screenshot about, and my client gets that via email, so it's never visible in a public video, of course. And if even the neighbor of my client would watch this video, they would never think that it's my client in persona. So we have already 3 people watching, so this is a live stream. But when the live stream, so welcome also who's watching, right? Thanks for the like. So this video or this live stream will turn into a video and will stay on my YouTube channel, and then my client gets the link to it. So very welcome everybody who is interested here in these readings. And if you're interested in a personal reading, you can always write me an email, and writing me an email is never a purchase in the first place. It's only for the information. So you just receive an information text and you can just read it. You can reply to it or not. So this is absolutely only for information. And now we're gonna start your reading. We got here a time frame of 1 hour and 20, right? So you are waiting 1 day or 2 more for your reading, so thank you a lot. Normally I do the readings very quick, but this time, sometimes the week is quite busy, but I always inform you when you can, suggest, or just when your reading is coming. And if it takes me 1 day or 2 days more, then I actually give you some extra minutes here. So that's even nice when I'm a little bit late, right? So then you can have some extra minutes or just some extra question as well. All right? Because I also don't like it when somebody's promising and then but life can be like this and like that. So you was asking me if the person, so now we just come to the reading right now, and now I am just working with my client, with the energy of my client and my client. So my dear, you were asking if this person XYZ, we know about whom we're talking about, is gossiping about you, right? This was the question, and I'm gonna here put actually you in the off. So sorry for that, it will be dark now, but I'm gonna shuffle here my cards and just concentrating about the actions or no actions of this person. The spirit is telling me that I need 3 cards here, or my intuition is telling me. This was my first idea. And for everybody who's interested in human design, so I am a emotional manifester, a 6-3 profile, and I'm doing spirituality and everything which falls into these categories. If this is astrology, tarot or the numerology. I do all that stuff since my 9th birth year, and then I was also doing a certificate in that, and now you can also have a reading for yourself. Okay, so does this person gossip about you, yes or no? And I want to have here 3 cards. The first card is, you know what? Of course, this card here, these are the 2 of Pentacles, is not telling us if he is gossiping about you or not. So that would be just too far. But what I'm seeing here is, if he would gossip about you, it's not that important as you think. All right? Because you were also asking about your reputation because of that. Okay. I mean, the chances are very well that he's doing that. Okay. And now I just need some more cards. And now we just see about the consequences here for you, about that what's happening here. Does it actually have any kind of consequences which could be not good for you? And one more card. Yeah, what I just see here is like kind of mixed. Okay, I just don't see that he is gossiping about you in a bad way. So I'm not seeing that he's like telling that you are kind of a bad person or anything like that. I'm just more sensing that he's actually telling, you know, positive stuff more or less about you. So this is like, you know, it's this life force energy with the Leo here. So we got here a lot of passion. Maybe he's talking about your very passionate side, you know, that could be the case here. So, you know what, I don't know if you did you guys together made any kind of documentations, like photographs about, you know, your your sex life together, your love life together? Are there any pictures or anything like that? Because that could be a little bit the case that he's maybe doing something with this stuff. I mean, I don't want to shock you or anything like that, but that could be the possibility that he's maybe sharing a picture or two about you, right, with others. I don't know, with any kind of community. And it could be also that he is selling them even, yeah. So I don't know how far you guys went together. That could be the case. Yeah. And if he's influencing people also, right? This was also very much the question. Yes, he does. He does. He does. And it's a little bit mixed thing, you know. On one hand, there are people in this in this group, let's call it, who actually find it okay and have actually, you know, see you in a very positive light. You know what I mean? And don't have any bad judgment towards you. I don't want to promise now that he's really like selling your personal stuff here, right? You know, I can't guarantee that, but these are just a little bit that could be the case here, because I'm just really seeing money and all of that. In the worst case, he would just really do that. And in a very good case, the possibility is that he is just telling friends and acquaintances that, you know, that you're sexy, that you're beautiful, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just want to have here some, yeah, the devil. Okay. The devil and the secret. Okay, so you know what? Yes, it's possible that he's just, you know, doing some dirt around, or just throwing some dirt around here. The point is just, you are still independent. You are still independent woman here. He cannot harm you really. It's a little bit mixed energy, right? On one hand, people will just find that okay, and they just know it. Stuff like that is on the internet anyway, so this is not a surprise. Stuff like that, and it's not a big deal for them. And for other people, this is just really a deal breaker, right? But that's actually with everything. That's with everything. But when time passes, girl, then this thing is not that important anymore. I just want to see more cards here for the consequences on that, right? Okay, this doubting here in the reverse is telling me that you are thinking too much about that. It's not that important as you think. So these are just the two cards. Yeah. And you are afraid. You're just afraid of that, what you don't see here, right? This is just more the case. Excuse me. This is a quite aggressive behavior from him. This is it, and also the devil. We had already saw in the last reading that it is a toxic person very much. I also feel like this will not harm you so much because you have really good energies here, the Hierophant, and this is also what my intuition is telling me, that you are protected here. So it's not really so harmful for your reputation, It's not that harmful to maybe find any kind of career chance or just lose it in a way because of that. I just don't see it. I don't see it. What I just see is like very much hidden everything, what's going on. It's very hidden that you can see, that maybe most of the people also will not see it. Yeah, it's not like he's giving this information to everybody. This is just not the case. What I feel like it's very much like it will just harm your situation a little bit. That will be the case, but it's not, these things that are important to you will not be harmed by that. You know what I mean? This is what I see very much. Yeah. About your job. Yeah. You know what? I would try to ask him. I would really try to ask him about all that. I would not tell like I had a card reading and she was telling me this or that. I would not do that. I would just, ask him like, hey, I just have a weird feeling. I would really wish that you're not talking about me, even though you say something positive or something that you feel like it's positive. I would really wish that you don't do that, but in a friendly tone, because at least if he wants to do something, he will anyways, right? Sorry for the washing machine. It will not harm your reputation here if you do something for it. This is the point. These are just several people. On one hand, there is a group of people that think, oh, that's just common stuff. That's not a big deal, that's everywhere on the internet or whatnot. If he's really sharing like pics like that. Yeah, and if he does, if he does, then it's very much hidden. It's super hidden. It's not that, you know, everybody will see that in a way. It's just when you are locked in a certain community or something like that, then, you know, then it's possible to just, you know, see it. But there are just two groups of people, what I sense. So one group is liking that in a way, you know, and finds that just, you know, hot, and it's okay. And you know, just a human being has different sides, and what you show, you know, in the daylight can be something different in the twilight, something like that. And they just, you know, have a smirk on their face, and everything's cool. On the other hand, there is the other group that, you know, that don't think that far. Yeah, that's very common. But what I totally see is like you can do a lot to it. Just keep calm on one hand, and if you sense any kind of certain, you know, any kind of bad vibes around people, around groups, you know, around anything like that, then you can maybe say something like, I don't know, you know, I was in love with somebody and I trusted him, and at least, you know, I felt that we are in a committed relationship, that everything is fine. And of course, and I just have the feeling that this person is sharing intimate information about me. So I just always in a way tell it when I feel that maybe an atmosphere is a little bit off or something like that. You can explain it in a way like that, you know, like I just feel that maybe, you know, not everybody's understanding that, but at least it was for me a very, very stable relationship and something for the future. And now I really have the feeling that this guy is actually sharing information which are only a part of an intimate sex life relationship, and nothing for public people, in a sense, in a way. And that will help you a lot. We have the Three of Coins here, and that will just give you really a boost. That will give you a boost, and that will be even to your advantage. And I explain you now why. Because so on one hand, you're the good girl still, yeah, because you're explaining, you know, you're also explaining in the job field that you are somebody stable for the future. This is what they hear. If it's something, you know, job related or personal, that at least you are telling that you're not feeling comfortable, that you just meant it in a very intimate way, okay, and you feel weird vibes, and you are asking yourself if that's because they saw any kind of information that your ex-boyfriend shared, maybe on like photos, you know, that could be the possibility, or speaking some gossiping, some bad stuff about you. And that could be just anything, and you're wondering about that, and you can't ask him because, you know, he was like ghosting you or something. You can make that up, you know. You can just say like, okay, he was ghosting or whatnot, and that will save your ass a little bit, yeah. Not a little bit, just a lot, because, you know, the Three of Coins is a very, very positive card. This thing is not that important actually, you know, Four of Swords, but if it's in a situation quite important, at least, then they will even like it. They will just like it very much, and give you, and even, you know, actually, if it's really done well, this photo thing, what you guys did, if you did something, you know, together, I don't know, yeah, maybe not, maybe it's just gossiping, you know what I mean. But if they're really like, no pictures or something, and they are done nice, then they will be even, then, you know, they will be even liked. It's just a little bit like a double sword, yeah. It's like on one hand people like it, and on the other hand, they like it too when you explain like it wasn't a committed relationship and you are super sad that this guy was lying to you or was just playing that thing, okay. So I don't see that this is a catastrophe. It's a little bit up to you. This is a little bit up to you if you really did that. So something like that I am seeing, but he's, you know, he's actually not thinking. It's that could be also the case that he's like he's talking very positive about you, yeah. But it's also a little bit for his own narcissism. Like, I had this beautiful girl, blah blah blah, something like that, yeah. It's for own for his own benefit, but still complimenting you, which is weird because, you know, you were not asked. Okay? Right. And now we do the second question here. I'm sorry. You know, in your chart, I just see here in your human design chart, and I mixed that human design with the job reading, so that was how you purchased that, right? Together, you have, look, so you have a very, very good, defined, well-defined spleen. With, you know, a lot of nice channels here together, 57, 20, 10, you got the gate 44 also, so you have a very, very, and the 3410, so you have a very good intuition. You can really trust your intuition. This is very, very important for you. Further, you also have the gate 61 in the head center. You have also the gate 11, so that's everything there in the head. This combination means that you are able to find the right solution for every problem, because this is very much like creativity. You also know if people are talking bullshit or not. You also very easily, you can sense if somebody is lying, you know, even though if you ask your ex-boyfriend here in this case, if he did that and he's lying to you, then you will feel that he's lying. You will know that he's lying. I believe that you can, right? You have a very well intuition. So if your intuition is telling you that he's lying, then he's lying, yeah? You can totally rely, because you have really the 5720 defined. You can absolutely rely on your intuition. You will sense lying. You will also sense, I believe, very much with this combination of gates and channels, what I was saying. You will sense if there is something off in a group, if somebody is just talking bullshit about you, if they doubt about you because of false information about you, even though the information, find the right decision how to deal that, and you have the genius idea. At least when time goes by, you will need some time. You have an undefined head and ajna here, so this is like everything which is not colored is undefined. So you can amplify the definitions of others, the ideas also very much of others, and you are very open to receive information and ideas of others. And these gates here, they're actually waiting for this gasoline, you know what I mean? So it's not that you are all the time creative, it's that you're all the time having the right idea or the right solution to a problem. But when you wait a little bit, sometimes we are waiting like for 3 days for any kind of genius idea to solve a problem. That's true with an undefined head and ajna. But on the other hand, I'm sorry, we are very open to certain kind of information and ideas. Yeah. And this makes us very, mutual in that way, or very open. And quite intellectual. So when you work as a scientist, you can really amplify the energy around you when you work with head and ajna defined people, which you will in this field, I believe. Yeah. So you are, at least then with them together, you can be even more, you can think quicker then, yeah. You seem, you know, that you get more of these information, that you're more creative, more speedy in that sense, you know, that you think faster and everything. But only when you're around these people, and this is super interesting. Einstein had their head in the ajna, these both also undefined, and he was really bad at school, right? But actually you know, he had the drive to just be a famous scientist, also a defined ego center, but this is another story. Um, but he couldn't do that alone. When you read the biography of him, so he was actually always very bad at school and so. Actually, we are not here to think, but to make a research and to search for information, be open for all kinds of information. This is a very, very nice thing to have, right? So because you don't have it from nature, this definition, you have to wait for any kind of energy coming your way. I give you an example. I give you an example. So me, for example, I'm also undefined in the head in the ajna, and I had a CD recording, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something like that, and I did that without a band. And I was thinking like, okay, but this is boring when I just do it with piano. I'm playing piano and I'm a singer. When I do that only with piano, so this is super boring. I don't know. I found it boring, yeah. So I'm not monk at the piano, or not also not Rachmaninoff at the piano, so it could be boring without any kind of band or any extra. And then I had after one weekend, yeah, after I don't know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was just hanging in my apartment, really hanging in my apartment and thinking like, how do I do that? Gosh, I need now this genius idea. And I had and I have the 11 also defined here, and this is actually talking about that. And I don't know what defined my head and ajna. Sometimes it seems like nobody's around. I was pretty much alone, but sometimes it's also enough to have a chat with somebody, yeah, to talk, via Facebook, or just writing with a friend, or just even listen to a podcast of somebody who's defined in the head and ajna. Um, I was, listening to a certain YouTuber who was defining my ego center. And hardcore, she was defining my ego center, right? And, with this open head and ajna, I was, collecting these ideas here and, made my own stuff about that. But still, it was not my knowledge. It was the knowledge of her. You know what I mean? So it's not like we are not the inventors, but we are creating other things with this stuff. We must be careful not to take care of questions of other people who are not ours, okay? Use it also for yourself. That could be a challenge because you have the open ego here and you will want to be liked and respected, and you're maybe also afraid of how people see you, if you're good enough, this, that. So these are themes here, but on that I'm going to tell you also something more here. What I super like is you are a powerhouse. You are a manifesting generator. This is very hard for you to wait for an invitation. Actually, you should do that. But I'm gonna, you know what, girl, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna first work on your questions, because this is what you want to know, and this is also realistic because this is also about your money or about your stuff, and we have to ask that first, I believe, yeah. And then I'm gonna tell you some more about human design. So I must, yeah. Ah, yeah. Okay. Good. So that was the first with the gossip. And the gossip sorry, my talking is sometimes off, can be anywhere because we're online. We are, you can do online everything, so it doesn't matter if you stay in your country and then if you go away, whatnot. But it's super, there's a lot of what you do about that. You can also take that to your advantage if they're really sexy photos. You know what I mean? Like that. Okay. Oh, good. And now you want to know if you can accept the funding to work without losing your position, your current position. That was your question, and we are asking that now. I am shuffling again. I have to drink a bit, I'm sorry. I'm drinking a quite nice drink here with a lot of vitamins and all of that. I'm having that also as a business model, but also for health things or something. If you are interested in health questions, in you know, some fitness goals and these themes, then you can tell me that, please, and you're gonna receive a link for another channel that I do, but just let me know, and if not, just ignore that, right? Okay, so I have the cards. Yeah, accepting the funding without losing the job. Okay. Wait a second, huh? I will be there. I just ask now in general, and then we're gonna look deeper here. It doesn't look that good, but now I'm gonna look about the current country you're living in, how it will affect that, and then I can, you know, work out some better answer for you. Now I'm asking about staying in the current country where you live, and for now it looks quite well. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Look, the thing is, accepting the funding without losing your position where you're currently in. A lot of cards, a lot of information, but I'm telling you one thing that really came as an intuition was, from all the information that I received right now, was that now it's not the right timing to go somewhere else. It seems like you just need the time now in the country where you're currently living in to maybe collect any kind of information there, to collect experiences in your job, to maybe make get to know people, making a network. So for any kind of reasons, yeah, there could be also many reasons, but it's now important to stay where you are. Because when you stay where you are now, maybe not forever, but now, I just see here a lot of success here in the world. Ironically, when you stay where you are, you will have more chances to go abroad, even though not now, and to meet the people that actually, you know, make it possible that you will have other contacts to go abroad. When you stay where you are, right? And I just see that you will have a lot of fun. It could be that the group of people, or just the co-workers, or, you know, the workplace where you're in, or where you move, or where you just be when you stay in the current, you know, position, or just country, or just where you are, and continue that. So that was the question. Then I just see that you will have a lot of fun. You will be very passionate about the work that you're doing. Yeah. And you will just receive also, you will earn a full ass of money, if I may say it like that. Yeah, because we have really here the 8 of coins in the reverse, we got the 10 of coins, we got the 9 of coins. So this is the really freaking jackpot. You will make here a lot of money, and that could be a money that you make, that you earn, or that could be also the help of your family, and that was also your question. So I was including this question here too, and I see here that this is very, very positive. Yeah. In the long run, you must have your own position where you feel well, where you feel good. You have in the human design this open ego, that so that could please other people a little bit too much, right? Maybe no, wait, I just ask. I ask if in your case that would be good. No, the way how you do it, how you are, is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's very good. In the human design, the ego center is something that says it's a lack of self-esteem, and so yeah, this is true. But on the other hand, an open ego is also it also turns itself very much to the other. That can be people pleasing on one hand, of course, but on the other hand, that's also a very good intuition, yeah, because you also have a good intuition. This is not a sign of intuition per se, but when you have a defined spleen center, and also with the channels and gates that I was mentioning on the left hand side, then you have a very good intuition where you can be, where you can allow yourself to be egoistic and when not. And this is also a treasure, yeah, so you know, so this is also how that operates, and it's perfectly fine. I would just let it like that. It's very, very, very good. So now you have a great chance to really build something up here. You know what? But that could be just only because you will receive help of your family here. You will, or you're gonna earn that money, okay? Wait a minute. It's both together. I believe that you will earn very well, but your family will also give you here, so that's very much it, yeah? That's why here the cards are very, very good. You know what, the point is, what I don't like here is, you know, here everything is perfect. And then the last cards were a little bit like, you have to take care here what you accept and what not, okay? It could be that something will be in the long run. So I'm talking about a year here. After 6 months, let's say, yeah, and time is quite, you know, fluently. So that could be like 6 months till a year here, the first half, okay? So the thing is, like, the chances are very good, but they it's not that good anymore after this period of time, I must say. The thing is here, there are too many obligations. You have to take care how much you accept there, but what my intuition is saying, like, you could fall in love there, yeah, maybe falling in love in your workplace or something like that, and you have to take care of that, to be more rational there, and not accepting love offers, maybe, you know, that could be something like, you know, a crush at the workplace or something like that. This is what's telling me. Yeah, and the country that you were asking about, and to accept that, right, that funding without losing your position in your current job. So I see here that maybe you will just You will have other expectations than the reality is. This is what's telling me here. Wait a minute. There are two tendencies here to lose that chance. So it could be that you are there, everything looks okay, but there are just in this organization some issues. That could be that they gave you a funding on one hand, but on the other hand they were not really knowing what they do. So that could be that, you know, one half of the people again like very much like arguing. It could be also that this workplace is maybe they may be losing a position there. Maybe there is not enough money, but this is something which is not talked about. So you get this funding, but it could be a thing like, okay, you know, you can just stay here 6 months or just some month or 3 months or something, and then it will be gone again, and then you have to leave because we don't have any more money to actually finance that. Okay, so there could be something like that. It's about money there, so it will not, your expectations will not be met there. They will not be met. And here I wanted to know, how about staying, going there into the country, and now here also how it will affect your position where you are. And your position is quite safe there, the star. This is wonderful. Yeah. You have to be cool there. You have to be the queen of swords. There could be really a possibility that you fall in love there. Don't fall in love there, okay? This is really not cool. Never go into emotions there. This is really something that I see here. But you will make a lot of money. Yeah. A lot of money. You have to take care that they don't burden you with too much work also. But you have a nice intuition, girl. Yeah. You will know what to do and what not. Okay, I have to. Sorry. Wait a second. And I was like asking, what will be with the country you are asking to go there, right? Well, you actually like the country, but you didn't like the people, right? And there's also a woman or something, but I don't see you really now going there. I see you going there maybe later on. So, and this is the point. Just stay where you are, make the best out of it, collect the money where you're earning there right now. But you know, you just said that that you have to buy an apartment, right? I know that where you live, you guys are buying apartments more than renting. It's actually would be nicer to also have the opportunity to rent something, right? I'm cleaning up here my table. So you are a manifesting generator. That means you have to actually wait for an invitation. This is really for you a challenge because you have a lot of energy. You can't wait to do something, to use your energy. So working in a system, yeah, a 9-to-5 system, let's call it, or, you know, any kind of organization or something is a good thing. So you can do that, yeah. You can do that, especially if you like it, if you find your work interesting. You can do that, but you are more an intuitive type here. You're an intuitive type. You're not so much somebody. Yeah, you can amplify really, you know, the definition of the head and the heart of other people. Sorry. Your strength is that you're curious and that you're open for any kind of ideas, which is wonderful. waiting for an invitation as a manifesting generator can be really a pain in the ass. I'm sorry to say that. You have also an open ego, and you are also saying like that when you move back to your family, right, that they're gonna judge you. Okay, I can imagine that because I know the country where you're living in, right? I know how that goes, especially with girls. Well, but anyways, I just wanna ask, how about buying this property? I just need to ask that, because then we will have this round picture about anything, you know. Then I can combine everything nicely together. And this is something, I mean, we saw that already in the other cards, but out of my experience as a card reader, this is just the safest way to ask that. On a long run, what would it be? Ah, nice. Nice. Yeah. See, the thing is here, the thing is that, and this is very, very much the key for me, the Three of Cups here, and the money there, and the sun, but it's not about the money, it's very much about other people that you get to know. So you are in your list that you gave me, let's call it, you are asking a lot about reputation, about how others are seeing you, and so, because you are intuitively right, because I see very much that other people are super important to your work. Yeah. Okay, so of course you are a sacral person here, a manifesting generator, and you depend on others in a way to work together. But this is really, really key. So what is telling me, like, when you stay where you are, right, and you are buying this property, it will be good. You can do that. You can do that. And it's interesting because your career is depending on others, and not in a way that you have to make yourself crazy about this information. No, it's just like you will have a lot of fun with others, having fun with other people. And that could be just, you know, working together, getting to know somebody just via working, going to lunch together in a lunch break, let's say, yeah, stuff like that, just in a fun way, in a professional but fun way. You can really make nice contacts, you know, we got, without making any tensions of that, just, you know, you can just rely on the good communication, the good quality, right? And you have really nice career chances where you are. And when you meet other people, then other people will invite you to more things to do together. There is a King of Swords there. This King of Swords there, this guy. He can be a challenge in a way. He can be a challenge. You know, I just see that the first time, how I already saw the first like 6 months or something, is quite successful, super nice. The cards are talking pretty much the same than they did before. But then it will be any kind of challenge, and it could be really like sensitive feelings here. But I believe that this King of Swords, he's a perfectionist very much. So it could be that he is testing you. And this test can be like in the workplace, in a way that he's just, you know, asking you any kind of weird questions, and you can just, you know, show off if you match these expectations about these questions he's asking, stuff like that. Okay, like, because this is like a sword person, like a this is all stands for intellect and all of that, and you have to keep energies then in balance, and that can harm a little bit, you know, your self-esteem, what I'm seeing here, but it will get you further. So it will get you further to stay where you are, even though there can be some little challenges. But what I totally see is other people are super important, so that's correct that you are asking very much about groups, about other people and co-workers and whatnot, and any kind of women you were talking with, because this is for you absolutely important. The tip here is not to tense yourself, or I don't know if that's English, but not to make, just take it easy. Yeah, take it important, but also take it easy. Just have a good time with your co-workers and everybody, and then the invitation's gonna come. What I super see is here you're a manifesting generator, so you fall into the group of the generators. This is because you have a defined sacral center, and you have also an open ego. So now the thing is, you know very much actually who you are. You have very, very high morals. So this is just, you know, this left side, what I can say, like this is also this body intuition about surviving very much. You have a well intuition because of 61. I just told that already. You are behaving the way you are. Yeah, you are a pure being who lives how you are, which is a very honest way. On the other hand, you have very high expectations and very high morals too. And that can be a little bit a thing, like on one hand you have these high expectations, you have to also take care, and this was something that we were talking about in the first reading. Do you remember? In the first reading we were talking about that, um, you had these very high expectations on that guy, right? We were asking for, and not everybody has these high morals, high standards, yeah, and that can be irritating. For example, when somebody has these high expectations, but then they behave absolutely like they are as a human, which is a good thing, right? But there must be an allowance of that everybody can be who they really are, right? If you behave, for example, in a way that you don't, that you're not behaving who you are, rather than who you have to be, yeah, have to be. That could be like society wants you like this or like that. Parents want you like this or like that, you know, stuff like that. Then that can be just a little bit weird, because on one hand, a person in a relationship just feels that you are not real. And on the other hand, when you're real and being the person who once is also means also that we are not, you know, walking in this role like everybody, because we're individual, and there is this individuality that always comes up also, you know, and this individuality can be also quite different than maybe your morals in one form or the other. But this is just a question that you can think about. So am I living more my my not self, or just how I learned to be, you know? And do I have actually kind of a more moral expectations to somebody who actually is not choosing to be moral? See what I mean? That you have these moral ideas how stuff has to be, and a part of that symbolizes for me personally the Hierophant in the tarot super much, yeah. Because it's also like intuitive. Yeah, it's for many readers also a soulmate card, but with the word soulmate I'm very, very careful in general, yeah. Okay, but anyhow, so this can be really something to be thought about. Do I live how I am? And, you know, what are my moral expectations? And on the other hand, do I allow also somebody else to be without putting too many expectations on them? Because it could be that they are not here to actually meet my expectations or meet the morality, or what's the English word, of the society. Okay. And if the society is right or wrong, this is also something else, a super other question. Yeah. These are things that I'm seeing here. As a manifesting generator, you want to be active. You hate waiting for invitations, but waiting for an invitation is very important. An invitation for a generator, that can be also that somebody is for example searching for a co-worker or searching for somebody in a workplace, and you are just searching for a job, and very normally you just check the internet, check the newspapers for a job, and there you see this announcement, right? Announcement for a certain kind of job, and this is actually the invitation already for a generator. That for a projector, a lot of it's like said very much that they need more a personal invitation, and lots of projectors are actually telling that they react also on energy. But this is like very hardly discussed, on projectors, and this is also another human design type. But here for generators, it's pretty much that invitations are also like announcement, for example, announcements. And now this is very, very important, because when you start initiating things from your own ego, which is not there, so it could be that you think like, I have to prove myself very much to be accepted, to be tolerated, to have power, stuff like that, yeah. And this open ego center can be really toxic, I must say. And it doesn't, and I don't mean that it plays out toxic in your own life. Yeah, I have an open ego center myself as well, and with lots of inner work that can be balanced out. Yeah, you have actually a very, very stable, a lot of stability in your how to love. Um, and you have also a lot of self-love here, right? But there is always this doubting maybe about your worth too. You feel very much at home where you are, where you work, where you live. This is really a plus. You are giving the direction for somebody, yeah, on love. And somebody else can really have a hold on you, actually, when this person has it undefined or just empty, like not colored, and you got defined. And you have a direction, you have a fixed direction. So when you tell me you are a scientist, then I believe you are a scientist. Period, yeah? And you maybe just always gonna stay being a scientist. Yeah? So you're quite fixed in your direction. Nothing is good or bad. So this is also very good, because it's a feeling of being at home. And I tell that because my G center is completely open. So always when somebody is defining my G center, then I just feel very much anchored. Like, okay, this feels like home now. Yeah? But it's just energy. So it's not this real love, let's say, when you think like you're super in love with somebody and you feel so much in love. And this is very much misunderstood often. There are also card readers and mediums and so that are operating with the term of twin flame and so correctly, but you cannot turn every sexual desirable relation or affair into a twin flame connection, yeah. So sometimes we are just feeling in love because somebody else gives us a sense of home. You got that. You have that strength to really make somebody else feel loved by you and feel at home by you. And this is something really worth to know, because always when you feel like maybe not enough, not good enough, not beautiful enough, not this or that enough, and this is also that can bring you a lot of suffering, yeah, then just remember my words. There are people in this world that are lost, and I'm talking about experience. So I'm swimming. I'm swimming, I'm swimming, I'm swimming. I'm kind of in a foreign country. What am I doing here? This is the world, the earth. I'm asking myself every day, what am I doing here? Why am I here? What's that here? What's that for a place? I don't belong here.
Where's my home? And you know, I have a stable apartment and everything's stable, and still I'm asking that. But you have, you know, this glowing heart that you can also give to others. Because it's always when I'm in the near of somebody G-defined, then I feel like a beating heart and an anchor. And this is all, of course, now everybody can make that to me with this defined G center. And this is good to know because always when we are in love, not so happily, let's call it, or somebody is not liking us back, and we are talking about this must be a twin flame. No, that can be just only a mechanic. You know what I mean? And then somebody else will come and will have also certain definitions or something that makes us feel at home. And it's so funny, yeah. Okay, and that's why the universe is big, yeah. That's why manifestations are real. You can manifest, yeah. When somebody's not for you, somebody else will. With a group of friends or group of lovers, yes, because it's always nice to be a challenge as a woman, yeah, and have some candidates, okay, that even must be like that. I'm telling ya, because they are hunters. What you gonna do, yeah? But you know my theory on relationships and women. You can also ask me again if you are interested in any kind of psychology with women, men, relationships and whatnot. Then I also give you some links, yeah, if you want to. So you know we also already have some things. So we have this health stuff that I was talking about, my channel on health and fitness and all of that. And not only you, so also we're here in the live stream. So everybody who's actually like to watch, who's watching now and is interested, you can all send me an email and also ask like, hey, what's actually the other channel also, or maybe I just put it underneath in the info box. Yeah, that's the easiest also. But you know, if you have certain questions and it must not be only about readings, you can always reach out to me no matter who's watching, at least, yeah. Yeah, and also on this relationship stuff, I can give links to you guys. So you can write me an email, yeah, and then you can get that. Okay, so that was like, okay, you are a powerhouse. You have also this, you have a lot of charisma, girl. Ooh, never think that you're not beautiful enough or anything like that. Maybe your open ego could think that, right? Because you have a lot of charisma and you have to be also taking care, you have to take care that nobody's using this charisma and is, you know, stealing your energy and is an energy vampire and hanging out with you because of because of you they get charisma more or just prestige, you know what I mean, through that charisma something. Okay, wait, I have to check out the list. Still accepting funding, we get that. So you can move from your parents' house, for sure, yeah? This is very interesting. When you work as a scientist, you are 1-3 a profile investigator, and that's very, very healthy for you to really study very deeply topics. And this is actually the classical work of a scientist. Great, yeah? So that fits super much about your direction here. And this open ego thing, I have also a nice experiment, yeah? And these are just my own experiments that I am doing. And that's why I have an open G and open head and ajna, so I'm open for new ideas that can help, yeah, because having an open ego is a pain in the ass. This is just always like feeling not good enough, blah blah blah. This is just oh, and it's always good to have a definition there, okay? I mean, I was also telling like for example, people with a complete open ego, you have here one gate, right? But there are also people who are even more undefined without any gate, and I got the same with the G center. And you got the ego almost undefined, let's say you got one. Yeah. So you're not that lost, that's me. But I, by the way, have 2 gates on the ego. But, you know, the thing is, somebody who is super open, they just love the world. They are just giving and giving and giving, and are totally like, hi, Laura. They're totally like really giving and over giving, yeah, and not receiving anything in return. This is like this very much loving. But that can be also like, you know, when you're that intuitive as you. I'm fine, Laura. I'm doing that reading, but you can write me an email, please, Laura. And then we can have an extra chat, okay? But thank you for asking. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good time here. I'm sorry, yeah, sorry. Yeah, the thing is, halt, that if you have really this open ego, so you know you are also quite sensitive really to the wishes of other people. Yeah, you are the genie that, you know, completes the wishes of other people. And of course, on one hand, you can be a doormat through that, yeah. So this is the danger, of course, but used correctly, it can be very, very nice, and you're less egoistic, you know. And some and this egoism sometimes defined ego people as fucking egoists, yeah. And this is getting on my nerves because I'm, for example, open, and this is also they also block their own chances sometimes with this egoism. So it really depends if they're super generators, and depends also on others and on context. This egoism can be also a blockage, yeah. So not everything is always good. A definition is not per se good or bad, it's just there, and it fits to the life path, it fits to the whole character, yeah. You have here the sacral center defined, and this is super important. You will suffer in your life over and over again. You know that these crises, these weekends, these sad weekends where you cried a river, and then you wake up on Monday or something, and the sun is shining, and you're thinking like, why did I cry? It will never stop. It will always stay like that. This is important for you to know because you got it read. Yeah? It's unconscious, this red. This is important for you. Don't think that if you avoid a crisis, it will never come back. And this is hard to do because nobody is consciously running into the knife. Me neither. I got that too. But it's what it is. Yeah. And unconsciously, it could be that you are. This is also something to be careful about. This is also very sexual, this gate, yeah? 36. This is crisis. These channels, they are completed. When somebody is coming and has the 35, then this is a completion. It can transform stuff, and transformation always happening through crisis. You are stepping into an adventure. You don't know the outcome of the adventure, right? This is the adventure. That can be also very sexual. That can be fun. Whoop whoop. You know, when somebody is coming and is defining you the 35. But this is not real love. That can be real love when you have other definitions here. This is also a very nice partner analyze to watch also, you know, the definitions all together and so. Yeah. So this is also, they call it the gate of fuck, 36, yeah. So that can be also a very, very challenging aspect here, also together with this open ego. About self-esteem, about accepting that these, I mean, the sexuality, if sex is good, and there is a bonding, that makes a bonding, right? Especially, a lot of women are just very much bonded. I mean, the Catholic Church, and I don't mean the Catholic Church that rapes children. No, not this Catholic Church. I'm a little bit sometimes rebellious in that way. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, that I can be a pain in the ass also often. I mean, I have gate 18, but the traditional Catholic Church was which has nothing to do with the money system, with the traditions of the Catholic Church, just the very past Catholic Christian's church, not the Catholic Church, the Christian pure belief, yeah, where really Jesus came from and so. They are calling that soul ties, yeah. And the soul tie is actually, nothing which has to do with real love. It's just like you feel in love, but only because somebody is making an electromagnetic thing between and bridges that, yeah. And that feels like, like the super passionate love affair and relationship. And this is not only sexuality, this is also like um the soft touch, this everything, this whole universe of softness and not softness and whatnot, and sexuality just in general. And the thing is, this is unconscious. Sometimes you just are in situations where you have some casual sex affair going on, yeah. That could be also that you are not planning that you think like, I actually want to have some real love here, but then you land up in the bedroom. So this is something in your chart, this tendency will be, which is not a problem. We have to deal with that. We just have to think like, okay, when we fall in love, it can be love, yeah. You as a manifesting generator, you must be invited. I'm as a manifester, I must go and say, hey, I'm in love. Kinda. Are you in love too? Which is a pain in the ass because the answer can't be no. Can be no, yeah? But that will stay like that. I don't know if that can be quite toxic, my dear. Yeah. With this open ego, this hurt or something. Hmm. You have to, I just remember your date of birth, my dear. You have these 4th and the 8th. Just please take care with whom you get together. That can be also violence in that, okay? This is something's getting totally into my intuitively. I got that here. Also with the 36. And I saw your numerology. You got a bunch of 4th and 8th numbers. And I'm talking about the numerology of Chiro in that sense. Also working with Pythagoras, but in different techniques. And just take care with whom you're together. How to do that. And this is now listen please carefully. You have here, you are manifesting generator. You are not very fast. Root center is undefined. It's good that you are working in an environment where you can work in your own tempo. Because other people, when they're faster than you, they are conditioning you to make everything faster as you would want. So it could be that people are criticizing you or even about that. Don't prove to anyone that you are the smartest. You're not, because you're not defined. You're actually not to think, yeah. If you make signs in a way of being always with head and ajna defined people, fine. Okay? Search for defined people, yeah. People who are defined, they can be also super stubborn and not open for anything. They're super intelligent, absolutely verified very often. They can do a lot of, they're very well in math and this and that and all this physics and whatnot. But very often they're also stubborn. They also, want to just know this theory and nothing else. And I find that stupid, but everybody's thinking that differently. Yeah. Everywhere and every, in this head ajna, there are themes that are just stupid and intelligent, and it doesn't matter, yeah. It just matters how we use our energies. But when you collect thoughts and information, this is great for that. Look, don't initiate any kind of business projects on your own. Don't do that. Every generator and manifesting generator land up in any kind of situation where they just see after years it went nowhere. This may be something for some people difficult to understand. But there are really also in history a lot of examples about that. I don't want to tell every example, but this is something really worth to listen to. Don't come up and say, oh, today I'm gonna do a company and sell, I don't know what. Just don't do that. Yeah? This is nothing for you. There's nothing for a generator or something for an MG. Even though you feel like you have to prove yourself that you are the super company owner or whatnot, just don't. Yeah? It's not correct. You can also earn, you can also have self-esteem more in different ways. So you have to wait for invitations, and this is hardcore because you as a manifesting generator, you want to move your butt and make some action, and you are super powerful and you have a lot of life force energy. You have the 3410. This is really the warrior that has a lot of passion, that goes forward. I knew a generator, so somebody who's also here defined. A manifesting generator has the capacity to manifest, but only with an invitation. Donald Trump, yeah, this is just stupid example that came into my mind. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we think about him or not. The thing is just somebody, he knows a lot of people, okay, as you know, is also mentioning his family in one form or the other, and so this is just also somebody who's just mingling around with a lot of people. Sacral. Once, these people maybe said like, hey, Donald, do you wanna be a president? Maybe you can try to be president. Just go there and be our president. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so this was an invitation. And now the most important thing is, and now please listen. I see in your numerology the 4th and the 8th. That can be super destructive energy when you meet the worst people in the world, and you have to take care of that. The unconscious red 36 is suffering and crisis. Please be sure that you are not blindly fall for the wrong people who are absolutely destructive, and that can be even violence or rape. And I'm sorry if I'm so blunt and so direct, but this is something that must be listened to. Why? You have here absolutely good intuition. This is without a doubt. You sense danger from one side of the street. You feel like I have to pass the street because there around the corner is any crap that I don't want to experience. Yeah, anybody, I don't know. And now it's super important that you please listen to this voice and cross the street. Absolutely important that you don't fall for that and don't fall for that. So listen to the voice, then everything is going to be all right. So this is the intuition. This is another thing. But what I see is here, it's super combined with that sacral voice. The sacral voice is the generator and the MG, the manifesting generator voice. And this can be conditioned away by society, yeah? By your parents, la 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 la. I know where you come from, the country where you live, and so I imagine that in my wildest dreams what's going on there. I know that, yeah. So you have a body voice or a body feeling, a feeling in your stomach, yeah. The sacral is there actually a little bit underneath your belly button, a half finger long or something, just between just there underneath your belly button. When you put your hands on, this is actually basically your sacral center. This is now the same like the sacral in the Indian chakra system. Not everything here is like the Indian chakra system, but the lower things are. Okay, so for one generator, that's a feeling, a warm, good, fuzzy, buzzy feeling in the stomach or in the belly button, like, oh, this is positive. It's a good feeling in my body. Yeah. For some generators, that could be also together with a very silent voice. And this voice can be like something like, an M. Yeah. I'm not a generator. But you have this natural voice. And this voice can say, Some generators don't have a voice, they just have more a feeling, or they have a very, very silent voice that you cannot identify as a voice. It doesn't matter. The thing is just you have to listen to that. Train that back into your life if it's lost. That can get lost through conditioning, okay? Because when somebody is inviting you, hey, let's go, to my apartment tonight, you have to listen to that voice carefully. And you will, because you have a super intuition. But this is just very important. The manifesting generator. Yeah. And decisions in the now are correct for you. When you feel like, I want to do that, I want to go for that, I spontaneously feel yes, then it is a yes. But then don't pressure other people, because somebody who's here to find in the emotions, they have to wait till they feel in their body an okay to do something or not. They cannot be pressured, but it can be negotiated. When you have a partner who's defined here, and this partner is not knowing if yes or no, you can also ask things like, what would speed up your decision? And this is something we don't learn in human design, but I know that from my experience. I'm a 6-3 profile, yeah, so I also share my experience. So the 6th line is the last profile in the human design system, and we are searching for ways to improve all the time, especially me with my 18, or just people who have maybe 1858 or something related, kinda whatnot, definitions that can help that. But the thing is, yeah, you can negotiate, because it's about feeling. Yeah, it's about this, what do you need to speed up your decision when you have a partner who's emotionally defined, or a coworker or a friend, doesn't matter. And when they come with an idea like, hey, maybe I could do that with you if this or that would be also happening. These are negotiations that can be an idea for you, okay, to think about. Yeah, for example, the man wants the woman to be in a committed relationship after one day having her on the phone. I mean, this is planning. For you guys, it's correct to be spontaneous. The question would be, what would speed up your manifestation, your decision, girl? That would be the question. But sometimes we are more more intelligent than we were before, because there's experience needed. But these are just questions you can play with, okay? So when you feel, the manifesting generator, wait. So you're waiting, and then somebody comes with an invitation to be a president, okay? Hey, you want to be a president, and then you feel in your body, and if you feel like yeah, I want to be a president. I want to jump off and candidate as a president right now. Cool. But you know what? That could be that this thing will change. So it's nicer first to go and try to be for a month a president. What would it be if I just become a president for just 1 month? It's correct to make a spontaneous decision for you, but as a manifesting generator, this decision can also change. Don't let anybody tell you that you need to make a decision for forever, only because their lack of own safety that they don't have within themselves, right? You know what I mean? Don't let tell you that you're not good enough for being like that. It's correct for you. So when you when they want you to be a president and you feel a yes, then you can say, okay, let me just be a president for only 1 month. And then I will again make a decision. Maybe this decision will change in that period of time, but you did nothing wrong because you didn't make any promise to keep that. Especially with the ego center. The ego center don't have a reliable willpower. Sometimes we can do a diet and lose these pounds that we want to lose. Sometimes we are trying and trying and trying and the time is not right. Yeah. We cannot make promises. This is the thing. You can make promises on relationship, on love. But also here, don't expect anybody to keep their promises, because somebody with an open G is not here to keep promises, actually. They can say, like, for now it's correct. Yeah. To be with you. Do I want to marry you with an open G? It depends if the spontaneous decision is correct or if they have to wait. And here again the question, how can we speed up your decision that you feel a yes in your body? And if the answer is there is nothing to speed up any decision, then the answer is we have to wait. Okay? These are just my thoughts on that very much. Oh yeah, and don't let anybody make you crazy. You are amplifying feelings of other people. You have own feelings too, but it can be that the feelings of other people, you're amplifying that. You seem to be more emotional than others are, but it's only because the energy of other people. And that can be quite hysterical and quite crazy with a 36, I must tell ya. But it's okay. Just know it's the energy of somebody else. And if you feel like craziness is coming, or hysterical behavior is coming, or screaming around is coming, I don't say that you are like that. You can be like that. It can show up like that. Then go for a walk. Alone. Take your mobile phone with you and tell the person, like, hey babe, I need some fresh air. Because otherwise, I don't know. It will be a crisis. It will not be good, And just tell, like, hey, I'm not gone. I just write you when I feel, more calm. This is it. This can be it. Of course, every situation is different, and it's not a promise that we will never be conditioned in our lives. Yeah. It's not a promise, but this is just, it's a help to live our lives. Honestly, I must tell you, with the 36, it's quite challenging not to avoid crises. But on the other hand, when somebody's toxic and we know they just, it's just a crisis with them because they are toxic. Yeah. We can always analyze if somebody's really that toxic or what's the question really, right? And then also make a decision, but really avoiding crisis is not possible. It will always happen to you in one form or the other, but it will also always pass. Yeah. And when you really operate correctly, you're gonna be fine. Take care of your psyche, yeah, your psychological health, or how you say it, or your emotional health, yeah. Take care of that. And just avoid the drama of other people. When other people are in your workplace and they are causing drama, then try to work alone more. Not alone, you're actually a social being. This is the thing. You're a social being, yeah. But then you can also observe who's actually making me a good energy and who's not. And you can also talk to people and say, hey, you know what? I'm quite sensitive and I feel like, what's up with you? Do you feel good? Do you need maybe, I don't know, you can always talk to me, but I must say that, I feel sensitive, but of course not everybody will understand that. But just know, it's not a guarantee for every situation in life to be perfect. This is not the case, and it's not possible, but we all, we are always trying to pass by through this live and make the best out of it. Yeah, all right. So, I would say that this was your reading, my dear. I just gave you here some minutes extra. I feel that for now this is okay like that. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes. I gave you some extra. Thank you so much for waiting. Normally I'm quite fast with my readings. The week was super busy and super good and exciting, but also super busy for me. So I'm apologizing that you were waiting a little longer, but now you really have your reading. You have even some minutes more, how I promised. And yeah, have fun with that. And yeah, I'm super curious what you will tell to it, right? And yeah, and for everybody else who's still watching, so we have one person here, or had just one person. Yeah, anyhow, I mean, this live stream will be online, right? It will be online and can be watched as a video. So if you guys like this video and just like the information and you would like to have a personal reading, I just offer different readings only via tarot cards, but also in combination with human design, numerology, and astrology. Here, that was a reading for my client, and she had a previous reading on love for a partner, and there we made the numerology for both of the guys here in the relation, or just the crush and her, the energies, but with the numerology and also the first name. So I'm choosing the systems in a way that I feel best to read the situation and to solve the problem, right? So this is the thing. Okay, so if you are interested and you would like to have further information on readings, you can always reach out to me. My email address is standing in the info box below this video or live stream. Now it's a live stream, then it will be soon a video when the live stream is over. And you can always contact me and say, hey, Michelle, I would like to have more info. And you receive just a text with info, and it's not a purchase or anything like that. This is just only for information. And so I'm looking forward to have you soon, or just be contacted by you if you want to. And my dear client, thank you so much for your patience for purchasing. I wish you all the best, and yeah, thank you again. And for everybody, have a great time. Michelle D.